it was kind of something that we were talking about pre-show. Did not having Kayshawn maybe show you that? I don't know what to say. Look, I'll just read what he said. Did not having Kayshawn last week and help JD spread the ball around better because he didn't feel like he had to get KB involved.
See, I don't necessarily think that was why he spread it out. I think that was just the game plan going in.
Easier.
Well, I think that was just the game plan. That's why I said. That's why when we talked about how important it was for him to play, because you're going to have the opportunity to be in a game plan like this and be able to get some numbers and get some catches, maybe get in the end zone because you haven't scored yet. That's why I thought playing in the game was important, so you could have build some more chemistry with your quarterback. Now, obviously, he didn't play, and you saw him start to build chemistry with other receivers, and so it shows you that we'd love to have you, we'd love for you to be Kayshawn, but you're not going to make or break the offense.
I don't necessarily think that this game was indicative of that. I think would he help? Yeah. I think what has happened, though, is for the offensive coordinator and how they've kind of schemed this thing up, it's kind of given them some freedom because they've tried to get him really involved early, and this kind of gave him some freedom to kind of do it with multiple people now. I think, like we talked about, dude, Jaden's problem early in the year had been not trusting what he saw and getting out of the pocket too quick.
Right.
I don't think that was necessarily him locked on the Kayshawn.
Right, because there was times Kayshawn was open and he didn't see him.
Exactly. So I don't think that was necessarily the problem in this case. I understand the question, but I'm not sure that was the problem.
Because if you're going to say that would be an issue, I'd imagine then they did the same thing to Jack Bech to get him rolling early. They made a constant effort to get him the football.
And that's fine. That's what you do as an offensive coordinator. Say, I'm going to get the guys early, get them in a rhythm, right? That's what you do. So I don't think he was necessarily locked in on Kayshawn. I just think that the way it started to unfold, and you could start to see it week in and week out that, okay, the offense is starting to evolve. Jaden's getting a little more comfortable. They're going to start changing things because they've seen the personnel and how the personnel is how they play together. So I could have told you this was going to happen offensively. They were going to be able to start throwing the ball around. They were going to try some new things. They're going to change the scheme. That's why I felt like it was important for him to play because he'd be able to get in the middle of that.
He hasn't gotten in the end zone yet. If you're Kayshawn, I understand, having a child, your first one, I'd imagine, I would have no idea what to do. I understand that
it's going to
monumental.
It was going to be very interesting to see how they insert him back in there this week. On the road, huge test, very interesting.
Out for a week.
We'll see.
Very interesting.
We'll see.
But he is good.
He's very good. Nobody's doubting his talent.
But
you just need him to buy in.
Yeah, I think he's bought in.
I know we had this conversation last week.
I saw the BBL, the bad body language, against Florida State. That happens. But after seeing the two games after that,
and I'm not saying he's not bought in.
I think he is bought in, and he's with it. But you got to be there.
I would just like for him to be there.
You have to, because you see the chemistry that Jaden's developing with Malik Neighbors, with Brian Thomas. You see Jack Bech even. Mason Taylor, Jure. He feels. I think Malik is probably his number one option. It feels where they're. Whenever shit breaks down, and I'm where's 8? Instead, he felt like going into the year, but hopefully that would be worth 7. Yeah. And I don't know if you need to move Booty into the slot to get him.
They've done that.
Yeah.
They've moved him around. It's not because he has, I told you, early in the season, there were some times where he missed him. He was open. He didn't see him. He missed him, right? But he's made some progress. He's made some progressions in his development, and I wanted to see them progress together in this game. Now, it didn't happen. I'm hoping that he seamlessly gets inserted back into the offense, and it looks great. And, he sees them, and he's open, and he understands. But, you saw how bad it looked with Jameis and Michael Thomas. And Michael Thomas is an all-pro receiver. That first half of that first game,
because I feel like you start feeling that pressure a little bit. It's damn.
You want to give him the ball, and he's going to be open if you get him to him, but, hey, he's coming out the break a little earlier than I thought, or he's coming out the break a little later than I thought. You don't have the same, I know where he's going to be thought process. That comes with reps and playing together. And the more times you play together,